Peace, everybody. My name is John, and I'd like to welcome y'all to my new channel, Mud Duck Entertainment, where I'm going to be coming at y'all on a daily basis with news, politics, music, reactions, and all kinds of different things, right? A lot of current events, and I'd like for y'all to subscribe, join, and help me move this into another realm, right? What I'm starting off with today is something that may be controversial to some people, but I think it's something that is a must, right? And this is a short documentary film on Donald Trump, the worst racist ever. The evidence that is presented is being compiled, has been investigated, and verifiably the truth. The info is gathered is from a number of different sources, like the local news, the national news, other podcasters, and actual footage of events that's actually happened, right? All I ask from you is that you keep an open mind and that you don't just take my word for it. You do your own homework, do your own investigation, and question everything, especially what you think you know about the truth.
People on both sides.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
What he actually said.
Changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists, white nationalists. They should be condemned completely. That is what he said. Context, Trump never said that the Klansmen and the white nationalists were very fine people. He said they should be condemned. That's the actual truth. Speaking of racism in Charlottesville, let's get right into he's racist against black people. Racist invites over 200 black people to hang out with him at his house. Because again, I was there. I told you, I've been about this. I've been there multiple times. I've dapped up with Trump. I've never gotten a racist and bigoted vibe. People kept telling me that he was so racist and so bigoted. So what did I do? I went to the man's house to go and meet him. Didn't get a racist bone in my body. Like, honestly, it was actually a funny speech. That seems like a really bad racist to me. What racist pours money into black communities?
President Trump unveiling opportunity zones, a new policy he says will build up communities in need by giving investors tax breaks to invest in low-income areas.
What racist works with Kim Kardashian to get black people out of jail?
It really is such an honor to be here today, so thank you. My whole journey with criminal justice reform.
What racist meets with the founder of BET, Black Entertainment Television, to discuss racism and ways to be a better person and ally to the black community?
I came away from that meeting understanding that President Trump is committed to reaching out to African Americans. And in the course of my conversation with them, we talked about a number of issues, if implemented by President Trump and his administration, will demonstrate that African Americans have something to gain by establishing a common ground with President-elect Trump and his administration.
Actions speak louder than words. And all these actions that Trump is doing for the black community, I don't understand how people keep pinning him as a racist when he actually is the worst racist out there.
Popular slander against former President Trump, and that is that he is racist. You are a man of color. What is your reaction to that argument?
Well, I'm also old. I remember when President Trump backed Jesse Jackson when he ran for president. You will see pictures of Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Muhammad Ali, Oprah Winfrey, all shaking hands, being friendly, smoking cigars together. Oprah Winfrey actually came out and said she wanted to be like Trump until he came down the elevator or escalator and ran for president as a Republican. Magically, he became racist. We know he's not. There's stories about Trump, and I don't know how many people know this, but there was a homeless woman, American of African descent, living in Trump Tower. And somebody came and told him and said, well, we've got this woman living here. What are we going to do with her? He said nothing. He let her stay there so she could have a place to live. So those stories don't.
Hi, everybody. I am a squatter in Donald Trump's building, Trump Tower, in New York City. As you can see, I'm in my pajamas. There's Central Park right there. And that tall building is the Essex House in Central Park West, near 59th Street. I came in here about 9 years ago and snuck in the building and just started occupying one of the empty rooms in here. By the time our housekeeper noticed I was here the next day, she called the manager and they called the New York City police. Who came up here and told me I had to leave or I would be arrested. When I told them I would not go, they contacted Mr. Trump over the phone, and he came down here. Instead of him evicting me off the property, he said that I can stay. And it's been 8 years I've been here. Not only did he not evict me off the property, he makes sure that I get 3 meals a day, by room service, and that I get a delivery of fresh flowers every week. So you people, not a bad guy at all. If it weren't for him, I'd be homeless, I'd be dead right now. I'd be in the street. I asked him how am I going to pay him back for all of this, and he told me I can pay him back whenever I get it, which is never. I have no idea why he did this for me. It's been 9 years, and I've been here for totally free, and I haven't paid a dime. Donald Trump is not a bad guy. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. And everything I'm telling you today is true. Goodbye.
Ban medication abortion and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress.
Okay, let's see what Trump has said himself. What did he say?
You wouldn't support a national ban?
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not support a national ban on abortion. He said that multiple times. Let's see his stances on exceptions, because everyone's like he's going to ban it in totality. Let's see what he has to say about that.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important.
He said it plain and simple. For rape, incest, and life of the mother, he is also totally fine with abortion in that sense. He's going to take away IVF.
Taking away our freedom to control our bodies, the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did.
Okay, Michelle Obama saying that Trump wants to get rid of IVF and he doesn't like IVF. Let's see what Trump actually thinks of IVF.
For mothers and families to have babies, not harder. That includes supporting the availability of fertility treatments like IVF in every state in America.
This video, I hope you're seeing.
Why do you disagree with people who say that Donald Trump is not a racist?
I just don't believe that the man is a racist. This is just my personal belief because I have a personal relationship with Donald J. Trump, okay? If any of us do our research, we know that Donald Trump wasn't accused of being a racist prior to his run for office. Donald Trump was at the Michael Jackson trial with him every single day. I mean, Donald Trump ran with some of everybody, Diddy, 50 Cent. He's on the Wu-Tang Clan album. This is the same Donald Trump that when Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered, he put her up for 6 months, in Trump Tower. This is the same Trump that sent his private jet, all the way over to get Nelson Mandela when he was released from prison.
I myself have never heard this story that Trump helped Nelson Mandela because the US government failed. So I decided to verify this video, and what I found is at the end of it.
Nelson Mandela and 80 of his constituents were trying to come to the United States.
Yeah.
The United States government wasn't helping him. No one was helping him. You chartered a 727 plane for their entire trip. How is somebody, and it's crazy because you can talk about anything, and why is it hard for you to talk about the things you've done?
It's something that I love doing it. I don't need praise for it. We all like a certain level of praise, but I just like helping people, and I enjoy doing it. I also think it's not a narrative that the press likes talking about.
This is the same Trump that gave me a full and unconditional pardon. Pardon Kwame Kilpatrick, released 3,100 people from prison, in one day, July 19, 2019. I mean, if that's the type of racism we have to deal with, I'll take it,
But black unemployment, historical lows.
I think the economy is doing absolutely great, and it's particularly reaching into populations that heretofore have had very bad problems in terms of jobs, unemployment, and the opportunities that come with full employment. So African American unemployment is at its lowest level. I give President Trump, and I've said this before on Squawk Box, I give President a lot of credit for moving the economy in a positive direction that's benefiting a large number of Americans.
Yeah, but he's still a racist. About the First Step Act. That's a law that allows prisoners who believe they have unfairly long sentences to have their sentences reviewed. And since President Trump signed that act, 1,000 people have benefited. 90% have been black men. They've had their sentences reduced an average of almost 70 months.
The Senate tonight taking bipartisan action on something substantial, overwhelmingly passing a major prison reform bill. The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders, aims to reduce repeat offending, and expands early release programs.
Did he say bipartisan?
Mr. President, thank you so much. It's almost hard for me to speak about this without being emotional. In the process of this has brought together friendships that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. I'm now texting buddies with Van Jones.
And speaking of Van Whitelash Jones.
How significant do you think this is? By the way, one of your partners in working on this was Jared Kushner.
Jared Kushner, whose father went to prison and who fought on this as hard as that. This is history. This is history. Right now you're witnessing history on the floor of the U.S. Senate. There's a Christmas miracle underway where for the first time in a generation, Republicans and Democrats are arm in arm tonight saying, we are sending too many people to prison. They're coming out bitter and not better. We want to make a tremendous difference. I want to say Hakeem Jeffries on the left, Jared Kushner, and Donald Trump on the right have brought together a coalition like I've never.
And what about Trump's Music Modernization Act? Something that, again, President Obama didn't even do.
President Donald Trump today moved the music industry into the 21st century. He signed the Music Modernization Act, legalizing the landmark copyright reform for songwriters. The goal is to ensure songwriters receive pay for the products that they produce when you're listening to them on streaming services. Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander championed that new law. He says the Music Modernization Act is the most important law in a generation to help make sure that our songwriters and singers all over America can keep working and making a decent living by ensuring they're paid when their songs are played.
This is a great day for songwriters.
It is.
And artists.
And artists, okay. Yeah,
sorry to the artists, okay?
Don't cheat those artists. Don't cheat us.
Who benefits the most from this side? I'm saying as far as...
I think both.
Both?
Both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I lean more to the artist. Yeah. Because I'm a performer, you know. But it helps not just the writers, but the singers, and not just black, but black, white, all country, jazz, everything. So I'm very impressed behind that. So it's a great thing what Trump is doing today, the president? It is. And you know what? I told everybody, please, whatever your opinion or your decision, please, let's keep it aside. Let him sign it, please. Today. Don't mess him up, please. All right. Yeah, I'm really glad about that. Yeah.
And then there's President Trump's support for school choice.
The time has come to pass school choice for Americans' children.
Ability to direct and control by forcing way too many families to assign schools based on where they live.
Now, choice in education is something that blacks and browns want. What about illegal immigration? And what does that have to do with blacks?
Now we must implement an immigration system that will allow our citizens to prosper for generations to come. Today we are presenting a clear contrast. Democrats are proposing open borders, lower wages, and frankly, lawless chaos. We are proposing an immigration plan that puts the jobs, wages, and safety of American workers first.
A steady stream of people showing up at the building behind me. We're told 150 applicants in the first 3 hours of this job fair with about 30 minutes left to go. Cook Foods has not said how many people they're looking to hire, but the folks that we spoke with said they're definitely ready to go to work. Cook is just one of several chicken processing companies to get raided by ICE agents last week, with 680 workers detained for possible immigration violations.
Peter Kirsanow is a friend I've known some 40 years. He's a longtime member of the U.S. Civil Rights Commission.
Professor Briggs testified before the Civil Rights Commission. We had a whole host of people testifying before the Civil Rights Commission. The one cohort, the one demographic in the United States of America most harmed, most palpably harmed by illegal immigration are black Americans. And politicians, open borders politicians know this. They know this because there have been numerous hearings before Congress on this. I've testified in a number of these hearings. George Borjas has testified in a number of these hearings. Stephen Camarada has testified, and we've presented all of this evidence, all of this data, that the pernicious effect of illegal immigration, of open borders, has had on black Americans in terms of employment. Nearly 1 million fewer blacks work today because of the competition from illegal immigration than otherwise would be the case if we had a secure border. And it also depresses wage rates by a tune of $1,800 a year. George Borjas estimates that the depressive effects of illegal immigration on wages is anywhere from $99 billion to $118 billion annually, cumulatively, but it has the most significant effect on the black community.
And did I mention Trump's expansion of so-called enterprise zones that will benefit the inner city?
Thank you. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order launching a new White House opportunity. This is a very big thing that Tim and I and everybody have been working on for a long time. And Revitalization Council. This council will coordinate efforts across the entire federal government to deliver jobs, investment, and growth to the communities that need it the most.
And then there's the commutation of the sentence of Alice Johnson, given a long sentence for a non-violent drug offense, and the pardoning of Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion who was busted for a crime involving the transportation of a woman across state lines for purposes of sex. It was a BS charge just designed to nail him, and President Trump once again did something Obama did not do, and that is to pardon Jack Johnson.
Bama prison yesterday They are the folks who had been lobbying for this pardon for years now. Johnson was the first African-American heavyweight champ. And in what was seen by many as a racial injustice, Johnson was convicted of a crime back in 1913. That crime was transporting a white woman across state lines. He died in 1946. Senator John McCain, former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid had also been pushing Johnson's case for years. But again, President Trump has posthumously pardoned Jack Johnson.
That Trump is upspending on historically black colleges and universities by 14%.
Education has the power to uplift. It has the power to transform, and perhaps most important, education has the power to create greater equality and justice in our lives. That's why today I'm thrilled to be signing an executive order to recognize the importance of historically black college and universities. Very important. They have played such an important role in achieving progress for African Americans and in our nation's march for justice. HBCUs have been really pillars of the African American community for more than 150 years. Amazing job. And a grand and enduring symbol of America at its absolute best, and I congratulate you all.
The Music Modernization Act, the tremendous economy that's benefiting black people, the fact that Donald Trump is doing something about illegal immigration, the fact that Donald Trump supports school choice. This man has got to be the worst racist ever.
All over the board tonight talking about lots of issues as he announces the formation of exploratory committee to possibly seek the candidacy of the Reform Party. Do you have a vice presidential candidate in mind?
Well, I really haven't gotten quite there yet.
It's just
Oprah. I love Oprah. Oprah would always be my first choice. Oprah, your competitor, right? You know what? I'll tell you, she's really a great woman. She is a terrific woman. She's somebody that's very special. I have not even thought about it. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's part of the whole process.
Would she be someone, I mean, kidding aside, did you might think
if she'd do it, she'd be fantastic. I mean, she's popular, she's brilliant, she's a wonderful woman. I mean, if she'd ever do it, I don't know that she'd ever do it. She's got.
You'd ask her.
She'd be sort of like me. I mean, I have a lot of things going. She's got a lot of things going.
What a ticket
in terms of that would be a pretty good ticket. But she's a very exceptional woman.
What makes
ASAP Rocky is a situation in Sweden. Sweden's a great country. They're friends of mine, the leadership, and we are going to be calling. We'll be talking to them. We've already started. And many members of the African American community have called me, friends of mine, and said, could you help? So I personally don't know ASAP Rocky, but I can tell you that he has tremendous support from the African American community in this country. And when I say African American, I think I can really say from everybody in this country, because we're all one. I have been called by so many people asking me to help ASAP Rocky. Actually, the one who knew about ASAP Rocky was our First Lady, right?
Financial literacy. Get your credit right. Clean your credit up. From me to y'all, clean your credit up.
That mean everything.
Everything. Stop putting everything in your name. Create a business, an LLC. Put everything in your LLC. And open up a C Corp. If you don't know these, you need to figure these out. I'm telling you the names. Get a C Corp to run an LLC. If you want to make it even deeper, go get a trust fund and run a corp that runs the LLC. You want to get even deeper, own 2 trust funds for your business and your person to run that trust that runs all the business. Trust funds for your business and your person to run that trust that runs all the business. And to run that trust that runs all the business. It can get deep, my guy.
Absolutely.
And Donald Trump actually showed me that method. That's how he did pay taxes.
All right, so there you have it. As y'all can see, there's a lot of information there, and I actually have a lot more information, but at a certain point in time, I used to suffer from TDS syndrome, the Trump derangement syndrome. And I got it from listening to a whole lot of media that were not telling me the truth. And I had to actually go back and investigate, especially when I thought about it. I was like, well, it didn't used to be like this. How did it get like this? Right? And I started to watch other YouTubers, and I mean, there's some heavy hitters out there, man. Just to name a few, like Officer Tatum, DeVory Darkins, he go hard. Black conservative Ron Yates, Valentino for LV Nation, I like him. Joe Rogan be putting it down, man. Van from the LFR family, Larry Elder, Anton Daniels, Wise, Amir Odin. Convos with Kyra and Danielle. I like that one, Charlie Kirk, and it's a bunch more, man. And so I would encourage y'all to do your own homework and listen to some people that don't mind telling you the truth, that don't mind putting it out there for you to say like, hey, look, this is it right here, but go investigate and go look at it, okay? So till next time, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be dropping some more stuff on y'all. Peace.